Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to another round of Arbitration Studios as we continue our journey across the whole damn thing of Mass Effect 2. I'm JP Arbiter.
And I'm Captain Jack.
And behold, the character that
Dead.
got the most
I got
promotion in
And
Mass
now you're
Effect
here to
2.
kill me.
We are covering Thane
Maybe
Krios,
I
the
just
assassin.
missed you. Screw you.
So,
Charming as ever.
there,
I'm sure you find this all very ironic.
here's the thing about Thane.
First you
Thane
take care
is
of my
a
sister,
fantastic
and
character
now
with
you're
a
here for me.
terrific story
Well, you
between
made it this far. Now
between his background, between the fact that
what? I wouldn't waste
he was
time
an
hunting you
entirely
down,
new
Nasana.
alien
What do you call this?
introduced into the
Practically
universe
destroyed my towers.
that I think
I wasn't
skirts
looking
just
for
about
you.
as close to like the
the hell
Roswell
are you talking
Greys
about?
as
Is
you
it
could
credits?
possibly
Is that
get
what you want?
in terms of
Just tell me a
appearance.
price. to
Yeah,
make this problem
yeah. I
go
think
away.
the wide eye, the large eyes
Make
and
me an
whatnot,
offer.
and of course, generally speaking,
Double
we run
whatever
into
you're getting.
Thane
I'll pay
before,
double again
you know,
if you tell me who
do
hired
the-
you.
You do the Thane
What?
before you do the Shadow
I heard something.
So,
Damn it.
Thane
Check
is
the other
first of his
entrances.
species you generally speak. Although
stay put.
you do see
When
another
I'm finished
one
dealing with this
in,
nuisance, you
Where are
and
the
I
shadows?
are going to...
I love the choreography in the fight scenes. I love his in particular because
It's
his
almost-
are always good.
It's almost ballet.
It is. It's a dance. And having done choreography, fight choreography, it really is. Thane, for me, is
Not
the perfect
bad.
example of why I do not say being an assassin is inherently evil.
Inherently, no, but we'll have more to talk about it. This scene when
hoping to
we're
talk to you.
confronting Nasana Dante is really we're after Thane,
apologize.
but she thinks that
The
we're after
prayers for the
her.
wicked must not be
Um,
forsaken.
I love that. The tribute to the ego of people who may have slighted you in the past,
Do you really think
Yeah.
she
sort of
deserves it?
thing.
for
And
her.
yeah, just the
For me.
you can
The
tell
death of an
so
individual can be
much effort
difficult
went
to
into this
discern by
because of
actions
how
alone. Take you, for instance.
saturated
All this
the
destruction,
light sources
chaos.
are.
Oh,
How
Brilliantly animated.
how
I
filter
was
how,
curious
how
to see
the
how far
how
you'd
the actual
go to
filtering
find me.
it's not quite sepia, but
Well,
it is
Here I am.
it is ambered, I guess is a good way to put it.
Yeah. It is.
How'd you know I was coming
you
at
know,
all?
It is beautifully shot.
I didn't.
As an actor myself.
Not until you
performer,
marched in the front door and started
kind of
shooting.
Look at things as performances.
Nasana had
and
become
in this
paranoid.
case,
You saw the strength of her guard force.
it is
She
beautifully
believed one of her
shot,
sisters
the
would kill her.
cinematics Of it. Obviously, this is
You
programming and whatnot.
were a valuable
but the way
distraction.
they've put it together.
Well, they
is-
mocapped the actors.
Let's cut to the
Yeah,
chase.
the way
I
they
need you
put
for
it
a
together
mission.
is absolutely,
Indeed.
You're
beautiful.
familiar with the collectors?
And of course, it's has just gotten better.
My
over the years.
reputation.
But I do think that Thane
They're
just
abducting
right out
entire
the
human
gate,
colonies.
a beautiful looking.
Freedom's Progress was their handiwork.
Really quite.
I
If
see.
you go by the reaction of the
We're
first
going after
ladies
them.
and Prime Radiance's
Attacking the
videos,
collectors
Oh,
with
very
yeah.
beautiful
passing through
alien.
the before relay. No
Yeah,
ship has
now
ever
that is
returned
the
from doing so.
that is one of the appropriate
They
uses
told
of
me
AI.
it was
in my
impossible to
opinion.
get to
Is
islands.
to make
fair point.
well-known people
built a
say
career
shit
on
that they
performing the
about
impossible.
things that they normally are not interested in
Yes, absolutely. Is that
for
you
the
read-
sake of funny.
for the
This was
sake of
to
funny?
be
You
my
write a
last
script
job.
and then you do that. I
Die.
do. There are a few points where I think that maybe
Low survival odds don't concern me.
maybe certain
The
directors
abduction of
that
their
will remain
colonists
nameless directed
does.
this based on the lens
You're
flare.
dying. Are you contagious? How
If
long
you
do
know,
you
you
have?
know.
If you're
But
interested,
I'm not
Discuss
going
it
to
on
I'm
your
not
show.
going to spell it out, but
problem
his
isn't
initials are
contagious,
JJ
and
and
it
his
won't
last
affect
name
my
rhymes
work.
with Abrams.
exactly. I don't want to get sued. Apparently, he's a little touchy about
I
the
hadn't
lens
heard
flare
that.
cracks.
Is there anything I can do?
But
Giving me
But
this
other than
opportunity
that,
is
it's
enough.
actually and voice acting too
The universe
on
is a dark
Thane
place.
is phenomenal.
I'm trying to make it brighter before I
how he's
die.
written as a spiritual character in what
Many innocents died
in
today.
effect
I wasn't fast enough and they
is
suffered. I must atone for that.
a
will work
non-spiritual
for you, Shepard.
environment.
charge.
There's not a lot of spirituality going on. Here you get Thane. Well, I think they tried to put a little spirituality with Ashley in the first game.
And they touched on it with Liara invoking her deities,
Right.
but it was more the case of what she was doing was shouting "God damn it" all the time.
Yeah, there's more. I think that there's with them, it was more cultural.
I've heard impressive stories,
And
Krios.
with Thane,
Sounds like you'll be an
it's
asset
like
to the
truly,
team.
this is
That
a-
is, if you're
a-
comfortable
Truly.
having an assassin watch your back.
And so
I've accepted a contract.
I find
And
My
here's
heart
Jacob
is
being a
Shepard's.
dick to him.
Uh-huh.
It was like,
Don't know
dude,
about
you
you,
are
but
no
I'm loyal to
better
more than my
than
next
Thane,
paycheck.
right?
well, it's Jacob. I mean, the less said about Jacob,
Obviously,
the
he is too.
better. I
He's
mean, the
doing
less
his
thought
mission
about
gratis.
Jacob, the better. I mean,
What's your
look,
concern?
I don't like mercenaries. An assassin
Yeah.
is just a precise mercenary.
I
assassin is a
want
weapon.
Jacob to
A
be
weapon doesn't choose to
I
kill.
sincerely-
The one who wields it does.
I
Where shall I put my
sincerely
things?
considered
I'd
doing
prefer
the
someplace
romance
dry if
option
anything is
of
available.
romancing Jacob in
The
this
area near the
playthrough,
life support
just
plant
so
on the
that
crew
way
deck tends
he
to be
cheated
slightly
on us
more
and we were
arid
able
than
to
the rest
slap
of the
the
ship.
shit out of him.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, honestly,
Thanks.
that I would appreciate. I mean, some character out of him.
Yeah.
He doesn't even make me want to leave him behind in Vyrmir.
He seems quite civil.
You know, I mean, if that
We need
option
all the
was
help we
available,
can
like, I
get.
don't
Well,
even
I mean,
wanna
we
do it.
What I
could have
expected in an
also
assassin.
sent him to
May
his
surprise
death
you.
in the suicide
Yeah.
mission. We don't.
And he may
Spoilers,
not.
kids. But it was.
Oh, another
I-
dangerous
I-
alien
And that was
aboard,
just because I
Commander.
wanted
Thanks.
to have
Why
things
can't you
right up the
collect
head.
coins
Oh,
or
yeah, I had to
commemorative
get
plates or
Joker's
something?
Well, of
commentary
course
here.
you do. Joker is well. First off, Seth Green is brilliant.
I remember
as
when I
Joker.
first saw Seth Green in
Do you
Austin
need something?
Powers.
I know, right?
And thinking he was
Have a
just
few
the
minutes to talk?
biggest
Certainly.
twit
I
on the
haven't had a
face of the
chance since
planet.
I joined.
And
When we met you, you
he's,
said you were
He's
dying.
actually quite a good
Yes.
actor. He's quite a
I thought
good
you'd
little
want to know more.
voice actor as
You
well
don't have
as
to worry about the rest of the
performer
crew.
in his own right.
My illness is not
we have,
communicable.
You think that
Even
he's
to a
just
Drell.
because
It's
the
called
Drell
Kepler's
apparently
syndrome.
have absolutely perfect recall? Do you think he's just flipping through his old memories like reruns when he's doing this?
Sometimes, yeah.
What exactly
Actually,
is
I
the
do.
problem?
Let people made into an arid
As
world.
I have no
Most
recall,
of us now live in a
I
hive mind that have our
am
home
very
world.
jealous
It's very
of
humid
the
and rains
Drell.
every day. Our
But
lungs can't
That's
deal
what you
with
get
the
for being
moisture.
an actor and doing
Over time,
cocaine
the
and
tissue
having
loses its
stage
ability to
lights
absorb
for
oxygen.
pillows.
I
It becomes
mean,
harder to breathe.
Or pillows having
Eventually,
stage lights for you, I should say.
suffocate.
well, yeah, the stage light used me as a pillow.
Can you do something about that?
But
They have a fun
rapidly
genetic engineering program. They should
with
be able to
force.
adapt.
But
The project has only been running for a few years.
notice how I didn't deny
I
doing
don't
cocaine.
believe my body will still draw breath by the time it bears fruit.
Then don't live
a
on
white guy from
contract.
the 80s.
Or
But
use
anyways,
Drell have a close relationship with the Hanar. We rely on each other.
I
The best
think
we
that
can do
with
is keep
Thane,
our homes very dry inside.
Thane's my favorite to get, honestly. And yet I
You
so
gonna be all
rarely
right
use
till the
him.
end of the mission?
And
I'd be
that's
fine
kind of
for
the
another 8
thing.
to 12
I mean,
months.
first off,
The more time I spend in human
his abilities
environments, the faster it
are-
progresses. I think
I
it's
don't
safe
want
to
to say they're
by the time my body
subpar,
is
but they are
incapacitated,
definitely
we'll be victorious. Or dead. Either way,
very,
I won't
very
be a burden to you.
precise.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
there anything we
If,
can do here?
If you've
Normally
already
has a
got
state-of-the-art
his,
medical bay.
like if you already
Thank
got
you.
what he can do
It's being
covered,
attended to.
Mm-hmm.
If the
He's
finest
not
medical minds in
bringing
Hannah
anything new to
illuminated
the
primacy
table.
can't
And
solve
that
the
kind
problem.
of brings the
I doubt
idea
Richard's
of
medic could.
why would you
Thank you
have
for your
an
concern.
assassin
Trust
on a
me,
squad
this
that you're
won't affect my
assembling
performance.
And if I ask you a few
Not
questions?
at all.
like this? I mean, you've got
The Drell live on the
on our
Hanar
vast
homeworld,
team
don't
of
they?
specialists
Yes.
that we are building.
I know many think the Hannah are difficult to
Thane
understand. It's just that they're very
has
formal with those they don't know.
Infiltration
We know them quite well. If you ever get
capabilities.
close enough to a
Yes.
Hannah that they tell you
He
their
is
soul
a
name,
fantastic
find
marksman.
them
Yes,
warm.
he is a great martial artist. Yes,
doesn't
but-
really come into play.
But everything
I
that we are
thought that
doing
Hanar only let very close
requires
friends
something
know
that
their
Thane is
soul
inherently
name.
not good
Most
at.
of my
Yeah, that
commissions were
is
for Hannah.
small
I
unit
grew close
actions.
to my regular contacts.
That
tends
is
to be
working
polite.
as part of a
A Hannah known
team.
for its
In
cynicism
which case,
might
he's
take a
just
name that
another
means
guy with a gun who
illuminates the
just
folly
happens to
of
be
the
very
dancers.
good with it.
Now,
Hanar taught
story-wise,
using bioluminescence.
I like having
That's
Thane
more of
around
an
for the same
obstacle than their
reason that I would
politeness.
like having
True.
Nightcrawler around.
Many Drell
Which
have had
is,
their eyes
there's
genetically
something to be said
modified to
about
receive
having
their higher
a
frequency
person
flashes.
around
I
that
had
has
the
that
treatment.
kind of true faith.
I can't tell the
Not
difference
the
between a dark red
annoying,
and black,
oppressive,
but I can see ultraviolet light as a silver
judgmental,
color.
Not an evangelist.
evangelistic faith, but a Mr.
When you
Rogers
pray for
type.
the wicked,
My
who
faith
exactly
drives
are you
me
praying to?
make the world
That depends on the
and
circumstance.
make
To
life
find my target,
better
I
for
speak with
those
him and
around.
Kira, Lord of Hunters.
And
When I act to
I
defend
find
another,
that
Arashu,
having people like that
goddess of
around, I'm not
motherhood
that
and protection.
kind of person
And
myself,
when I
but
have taken
I
my
find
target,
that
I
so
speak with
story-wise,
Kalahira,
that's I would
goddess
have
of
Thane
oceans
around
in the afterlife.
simply because he would be the ship's chaplain.
didn't know that
all
Drell had
things
many
I would
gods.
like, he's our
It's one of our
chaplain.
older beliefs.
Um,
Many
and-
embrace
and
the Hanar and
chaplains,
Kindlers
I
now.
think, any
Or the
military
Asari
unit are
philosophies.
important.
Ways are dire.
I don't understand why chaplains are
There's so
given
many
officers
ways to
stripes,
interpret
but
one's
you
place
know
in the universe.
that's me bitching about something
needs
that I have
the
no
wisdom
real
of our
authority to
ancestors.
bitch about.
The younger generations don't
it
believe
happens.
they can
You know,
have
that's the American.
engineering,
Pay grade, that's
strikes, or
It's
alien
the
races.
But I think that Thane.
Oceans and afterlife
Yeah,
don't
I
seem to have much
wish
in common.
that
Consider,
Thane
the ocean is
had
full of
more
life,
squad.
yet it is not life as you and I know it. To survive there,
for
we must
me,
release
and
our
how
hold
I
on
play,
land,
more
accept a new way to
squad,
live. So it is with the death.
Like
The soul must
usability.
accept its departure from the body.
Because Thane would
If
be
it
my
can't,
go-to guy. It would be
it'll be
Thane and
lost.
Callie. Tally.
Have a few minutes to
What
talk.
did I say?
At least he didn't say Caillou.
Yeah. Oh.
Someone throw
I don't
that
mind my
bald
saying,
Canadian
I don't
toddler
really seem
at
like an
the
assassin.
collectors.
You spent
Why?
too much
Just
time
to get
fighting
rid of him.
thugs who think custom painted armor makes
But
them
anyways,
The Hanar trained my body for this
I
role
think
since
that
I was 6 years old.
Thane also represents, at least in my opinion,
You've been killing since you were 6?
Of course not.
BioWare's
Of course not. I didn't make my first kill until I was 12.
They were training me. I was not to be
BioWare's
used and thrown
ability
away.
to
I was an
write
investment.
fully
You were a
actualized
child, not an investment.
I've given them the wrong
characters.
idea.
Characters
They
who
value
are not
me,
just
yes, as a
caricatures.
resource, but
Because
also as
they
a
can
person.
make a caricature.
They
And in fact, some of the
regretted
characters that you
getting
get
fully.
in the expansions kind of
The
are
Hanar?
characters.
Excessively
Uh,
polite.
they're
Zaid.
not, Zaid is not
They don't seem the
he
type
is
who
a
train
one-dimensional.
assassins.
Every species trains
Um,
assassins.
I love him for it,
Hanar are
but
only
don't get-
unusually
yeah,
adapted
but
to
but
other
he
species
is as
killing for
deep
them.
as a
They have
nickel
strong
with water
grip
on it.
natural
Exactly,
toxins,
and I think that
never
BioWare,
seen one
where
move
BioWare
quickly
really
outside of water,
shines in their
or
character
fire a
writing
gun.
is in making these fully
Why did your parents
actualized,
agree to this?
characters
We
that
made
you're
a little
like.
compact. It was an
I
honor
should
for
be
our
running
family.
around shooting
Compact?
things, but
We
I'm
live on the
gonna
Hanar
talk
homeworld
to my
because
guy.
they rescued
I'm
us.
gonna talk to
Some
my
of us
lizard
from
boy.
extinction.
I'm gonna talk to my
We owe
lizard
them our
boy.
lives.
I don't even know if they're
Compact.
actually lizards.
No, they are reptiles.
What exactly are the
but,
terms of the compact?
You know,
There are many
it's,
things the Hanar can't do, even with
He's
mechanical
just a nice
aid.
character to have
They
around.
ask Drell to assist them.
He's just pleasant. Like he's not a dick. Some of the other characters can
This can't be legal.
a dick.
They made your
Yeah,
whole
Jacob.
race into
Um,
slaves.
Don't insult me, Shepard.
That's all he is.
Anyone
That's
who
all he's good
refuses to
for.
serve, few do.
Anyway,
We owe our existence
So,
to the Hanar.
we-
We are proud to repay the debt.
part of this,
The
part
way
of
you
things,
describe it, the Hanar sound like
point of view
weaklings.
is that he gives
Out
us
here
a
they
lot
are.
of exposition
But
dump
if
in
you
the
could see
relationship
them in the
between
encompassing,
the Hanar
the
and the
oceans of
Drell.
Kaje,
Because the
you'd see them
Hanar
differently.
are, at
The
one
stream of silver in
point,
the dark,
um,
diving.
probably
So fast
have
the eye
some of the
can't
biggest
follow.
advantages
After
in
the
an
squeal of the
intergalactic
giant
society,
fighters, they
where
fly over the darkness of
inability to
the
communicate,
earth,
an ability to think
flew
outside of
to
the
heaven.
bipedal
Right.
human-shaped
Why was your race
box
going extinct?
with things,
Overpopulation.
and that allows them to be
That must
master
have tried to
traders. That
you.
allows them to be master
Humans developed massive
financiers.
before the problem became
But
acute.
it
Our
also
whole
allows them
world
to be
economy
master
had
porn
few
stars, but
resources.
that's another thing
They
entirely.
had
Well,
even
yes.
developed fusion
Um,
power when the soil began to fail
but they
from
can't
overuse and
really-
pollution. The Hanar found
Because
us a century
the
ago.
Hanar have
They sent hundreds of
evolved
ships,
on such a
evacuated thousands of
drastically
us.
divergent path,
Millions more
they
had to
can't
be left
interact with
behind.
the world that other species who have a
What's the
fundamentally
state of
different
Rakana
way
Do you read your
of just
philosophers?
existing,
A man named
have
Thane
set up
taught,
the galaxy.
when all the
So
world is overcharged with inhabitants,
finding the
the
Drell
last remedy of all
and
is war.
uplifting
which
them and
provided
having
for
them
every
as
man by
proxies,
Right.
oftentimes,
As
is
Rakana
a
died
really
around
interesting thing.
My people slaughtered
And
each
the
other
whole
for
fact that the
mouthfuls of water.
Drell's lung disease
Crumbs of
here,
food.
that is a central tenet of Thane's
But
character,
you don't kill for the Hanar anymore.
um,
You're freelance.
almost
What changed?
makes the Hanar and
I was
the
asleep for a
Drell
long time,
fundamentally
yes.
incompatible
I
with
paid
each
no
other.
attention to what my body was asked to
I
do, but
I
then
love so,
There's a dark
and I
temple
see
on the
this
skull.
in
one finger
more
twitch,
than one
and he dies.
going around. Nowadays,
Sort of
one
spice
of
in the
the more
spring
interesting
Sunset-colored eyes, defiant in the scope.
things that BioWare came up with for the game, which is having this
Perfect
My
recall.
apologies.
recall.
Drell slip into memory so easily.
So
Was that one of your assassinations?
one of the things I like about that kind
yes.
of relationship
Perhaps
with
we can
the
discuss it later.
non-humanoid
I've wasted too much of your time.
creature,
Do you
the
need something?
non-humanoid life form, utilizing
few minutes
a
to talk?
humanoid life
If you wish.
form as a
The last
proxy.
time we
I
talked,
think
you
that,
started
I've
speaking
seen
about a
that in
past
couple of
event as
different
if you were
IPs
watching
as
it.
far as,
Drell have perfect
sci-fi goes.
memories.
And
We
I
can
always
relive
think
any
it's
moment in
interesting.
our lives
It
with
leads
perfect
for an
clarity.
interesting
It's
story.
difficult to
It
control
especially
time.
leads for interesting bad
Some of us
guys.
disappear.
Um,
let's call it
Babylon
solipsism.
5 showed that really well. But I
What
think
do you mean,
that
solid?
Because the shadows and
One memory feels as real
and
as
the
life,
Celestials
as
were
valid as
both
life.
gaseous, weren't
Thinking
they?
about a moment
no, they
brings back
had
the smell of
physical
cut
forms,
grass,
but they were
the
the
warmth of
shadows were
another's hand
definitely
on
not.
yours,
They
the
were
taste of
more
another's tongue in your mouth. Wouldn't you rather lose yourself
But
in
I think
such a
the
memory than spend the night
the
alone,
other ones
staring
were,
at
more
walls,
gaseous,
metal,
just
and
more
plastic?
toxic. But long story short is that I like that kind
Isn't
of
there a
the
risk that you
dwell
could lose
Hanar
yourself in bad
kind of
memories
thing.
as well?
I
Of
would
course.
have liked it.
Remember
I
the times
think
I've
that
taken
how
points
if
is
I was writing it, how I
unpleasant.
would have done would have been.
But I can look
would
at
have
my name
interacted
and
with
see
the
it's
drill,
not shattered.
interacted with the
The
drill,
memories that are
and
hard
it
to
wouldn't
escape
be
are those
until
of
later
despair.
on as like a little Easter egg that you got to interact with their bosses, the Hanar.
You can remember
and then
everything
you,
that
like,
happened in your
realize it's a
Nearly.
floating
I expected
jellyfish.
to remember the birth
Like
of
that-
it,
like-
never
like
recover
just-
from it.
Instead of like, because one of the main like
You
one of
can
the main
relive every
places that you
assassination
can buy
you've ever
stuff
made.
from in the first
The
game
perfect
is a
detail.
Hanar.
Mhm.
Like one of the
Every
first
mistake I
ones that
made,
you can
every
actually go
target's
to, store that
last
you can
breath.
actually go to is a Hanar.
That
So you
sounds
know
difficult.
right away, oh,
At any
that's
moment,
what a
you can
Hanar
relive
is.
the guilt.
It's a big stupid
It's
jellyfish.
a big stupid jellyfish, and I think
never
that
felt any
it would
particular
have been
guilt about my
fantastic to kind
contracts.
of
My
hold that
employers
back.
killed
You know,
me.
and
My body
here's what
was
I'm
only the
thinking.
tool they
I'm
used.
thinking that's
If you
what
kill a man
it
with your
was
gun,
like when the
do you hold the
Hanar
gun
were first
responsible?
coming onto the galactic scene, was that they
Mm.
did
My
Yeah,
son
send
yeah.
can't decide
Drell
right from
Yeah.
wrong. He clearly did.
ahead as
My soul
ambassadors
knows,
and associates,
But my
and
body is merely flesh.
as time
Flesh
went
whose
on,
reflexes
it
were
became
honed
less
to
and less
kill.
mysterious.
Drumlines are different from humans.
You got
We see
the
our
thing that we
body as a
have to
vessel,
remember is
but
that
accept that it is not always
the
under
first
our control.
Contact War, Commander Shepard was a baby.
Yeah, you know, I always
Strange way of
forget
looking at yourself.
sometimes
Humans
that
often believe in a soul
humans,
distinct from the
like
body.
existence on the
A spirit
galactic
responsible for moral
stage
reasoning that
within
lives on after the body's death.
within
I
About
believe
30
it's just a
years.
bit more literal.
yeah, is not that great.
Last
Like
time
it's a
we talked, you
generation.
remembered one of your assassinations.
Yeah, we come in, we
Something
kick the
about
door down and say,
sunset
"Listen
colored
up,
eyes."
boys.
Ah,
Our science fiction tells us we're supposed to be running this joint, so we're gonna do
touch of
it."
the skull,
I mean,
spice on the
the
spring wind,
humans are.
sunset eyes, defiant in the scope.
Liara said it best. We are a
Bystander knows
species
where
of
spotting
action.
laser and
We're,
throws
we're,
off
we're,
between
we're,
me
we're a
and the target.
species who cannot
see me,
abide stagnation.
but
We're a
she stared
species
me
that
down.
can't abide a vacuum. And we're a species that fundamentally
It was odd that
hates
you just blurted
the
that out.
idea, present
another
politics
vivid
in America
drama.
aside,
None.
of
None.
that's the way we always
She was
done
a
it,
perfect
so we're
person.
going to keep on doing it. No,
Did you take the shot?
Evolutionary, we
Not
are built to
that
push
day.
that envelope.
We are. And,
Um,
and I think that
I should get back to my
I
duties.
think that they do a
Shepard.
really good job of showing it in
I appreciate
Mass
these
Effect,
chats we have.
honestly. They do a really good job of showing humans as being, hey, it's our, you know, we're not going to wait for somebody.
Haven't had a
We're not
chance
going
to
wait
speak to
for
a
our
draw
turn.
before. It's been
And
fascinating.
likewise, the
I doubt
thing
many
is that the
humans have.
Drell are
There
here
only a
are
few
almost
100,000 of us left,
an
after all.
example
I
of
won't keep you.
the Drell are just like humanity. They just never got to the
Shepard.
stars in time to beat their apocalypse.
Right.
I heard you wanted to speak
They were
with me.
they were
Yes.
in a
Now that you're
they
here,
were
though,
in the chaos
it
of
seems
societal
more
collapse
difficult to
when the
talk about.
Hanar uplifted them artificially.
Mhm.
So that kind of
Also, they are a example of.
I've got time. Take it at your own
uplifting
pace.
A species
Thank
that
you.
worked.
yeah,
I fear
unlike
I've
the
already done that
well,
for too long.
worked. We can throw in air quotes because again the
You're right, of course.
the Hanar
have family
first
life.
off, we can
I
make
still
an
have a
argument
son.
as to whether or not the Drell
name is
are
Cole, yeah.
enslaved or
I haven't
not.
seen him for a
Yeah,
very
that's
long
a
time.
good point. That's a good point.
I don't think I personally don't think that they are, but you know I can also see the argument that they are considered enslaved or
happened to
enthralled to
I abandoned
I
to
think
the
maybe-
Hanar.
No,
Yeah, I think maybe
Not all at
enthralled
once.
would be
Nothing dramatic, no
would be-
seeking out in
that
the
would be
middle of the
really
night.
important.
They're definitely a
Final
client,
argument or
the
slam
same way
the
that the
door. I
Volus
just
are a
did my
client
job.
of the
I
Turians.
hunted
Yeah.
and killed across
How
the
that
galaxy.
works when the Volus
Away on
apparently live in the
business,
Strike
no life would tell
Abyssal
people.
is beyond me,
I was
but I
always
accept it.
away on
Yes,
business.
I mean there is a certain point with sci-fi properties that you just have to accept the silly.
How long's it been since you talked?
You know,
Because the Turians
Showed
and
me some of his
humanity are
schoolwork
neighbors.
and
If
asked
the
if we
Turians
could
actually,
dance crazy.
like there must have been
We did
something
that
about
when
how
he
the
was younger.
Turians oriented the galactic map from their perspective
mm,
that
you know,
that
yeah.
indicated that
Sort of dance is
okay,
that?
we're not going
It's-
like far
I
north,
extra new
forward.
contacts.
We're
I
going
expected an
far,
update on my next
far.
target.
You know, this
Console,
direction,
please.
whatever they would
Music.
label direction.
Oh,
right.
unfashionable.
Um,
Cole yet jumps into
you know
the
how humanity
runs around in
has
circles
label the galactic map even today, we look towards what's our solar system's orientation compared to the galactic core, and we point the galactic core as quote north close quote. But that's some silly arguing.
It's true. I think that Drell would make I really like Thane as a character.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Thane as a character.
How long's it
as
been
a
since you talked?
as a
10 years.
companion
He
for
showed me
our
some of
fire
his
team.
schoolwork and asked if
Not
we could-
no.
No.
It's crazy.
Not so much.
Nah,
did that when he was younger.
he's subpar.
There are
mean,
better.
You need in Mass Effect 2.
You never
First off,
mentioned this
you don't
before.
even need
Why now?
And my wife
tech
departed from her
specialists like
body.
you do necessarily with
Attended to that issue.
the others. A
I
tech
left Cold
specialist
Yard to
or
care of his
someone.
aunts and uncles.
You don't need a
not
specialist.
seen
Having
or
someone
talked
who
to him
is
since.
tech savvy helps.
Mhm.
What you need is that
If
you
we're
need
talking
someone
about
who can
this, he
bring
must
some
have
heavy
contacted
heat,
you.
and
No,
you
he
need
didn't.
someone with
But my
biotics.
condition.
Yep.
That's
judging
just
my
where
life.
the damage dealers
Measuring
are.
what
That's
I've
where
had and
you
what I've taken away.
cope with a lot
I
of
used
the
my
things that you
contacts
have
to trace
because
Cold Yard.
someone who can bring
He's
heavy
become
heat, someone like a
disconnected.
Zaid or a
He
Grunt
does
or
what
a
his body
Garrus
wills.
can handle armored
You'll
opponents.
have to explain that one to me.
You have your heavy
Disconnected.
weapons if you are not
body
a
is
soldier
not a
type
true
to
self. The
supplement
soul
that, but
Body and
that's
soul
where
work as one
it
in
goes
whole
in.
person.
With
When the soul is
the
weakened by
biotic
despair or
specialists, you
fear
have
when the
crowd control,
body
you have
is
battlefield
ill or
control.
injured.
With the tech
You're
specialists, you
It's
can lower
whole.
shields and occasionally fuck with the mechs, which is nice, but
What's wrong
not.
with him? Is he
But
hurt?
it's not
Something
game
happened that should
changing
not
the
have.
way it is in
He
1
knows
and
where I've been,
in
what
3.
I've
Well,
done.
in
I
1
don't
you
know his
need that
reasons,
tech
but he was
specialist
gone to
just
the
to
Citadel.
open doors.
He's taking a job
And
as
in
a hitman.
3,
I would like your help to
the
stop him. He is.
they enhance the tech
This
abilities
is not a
to
path you
be
should
just
walk.
as great at crowd control as the biotics were, and arguably that's even more valuable against Reapers. So.
You don't hire a
and
raw rookie
really,
for
when
a
you're sitting
contract
down and you're
killing.
looking at the
I'm afraid
different
someone
characters
may
that you're
have
going to take
seen
a
me
tech
share a
specialist
name
in
and
2.
assumed we share skills.
I think Tally's
I don't know
superior.
why
She
he
has
would
the
accept the
drone.
task.
If anything, Kasumi is the best.
Maybe he
Between
knew
the
you
were to get
flashbang and the
Kasumi's
Possible,
great.
but I don't think so.
I'm going
It
off of
doesn't
just
seem
the
right.
not the
My name.
not the DLC.
You should
because
not
I'm
respect
gonna
it.
do DLC. No.
To be closer to you, maybe?
Out of the core,
That thought haunts me more than
as
any
part
other.
of it, I think tech specialist wise.
Thane, I don't have your contacts, and I don't have your tracking skills.
And
You
honestly,
need my
for
help for this.
my playstyle,
I don't need your
I
help.
think
I
Tally
want it.
holds up against Kasumi. If you
The
have
last time I saw my
Kasumi,
son,
that's
they
for
wrapped your body
me
in
because I
silver.
like the drone. I
Waited
like
with stones.
a lot of the stuff that Tally does,
Tries to
and I
pull
like
from
Tally as a character because she's a fully actual.
The hammer lifter off the
Kasumi.
platform.
Who is again about as deep as a nickel with water on it.
Is a character.
Manic Pixie Dream Girl who steals
Let her
stuff.
body
Yeah,
slide
exactly.
into the water. He hits me.
I
Don't let
like
them. Stop them.
Tally's journey.
Why weren't you-
And I like Tally in general, but I also think that
It
her
always rains on
abilities,
Kaje.
or the way that I play,
Warm water pours.
because I typically play grunts.
I didn't mean to make you relive that.
I'm not gonna go
Perfect
sugarcoat
memory.
it. I
It is
play
sometimes a burden.
Big stupid
stupid
I'll
gun
get us to the
toting,
Citadel as soon as
meat
possible.
eating.
Thank you,
19-year-old
Shepard.
alcoholics.
I've been meditating
19-year-old.
until
Yeah, no, I mean, basically American military.
So anyway, we're going to begin Thane's actual quest here.
Yeah. This is so beautiful.
He left behind a child, a son, who is now a young man.
Indeed.
And in leaving him behind, there is that whole Mass Effect 2 is parodied often for being let's solve everyone's daddy issues, and in Thane's case, he is the daddy issue.
And I think that might be one of the reasons that I like his character arc is because he definitely gives off dad vibes sometimes.
Well, it helps that he is a dad.
He gives off dad vibes sometimes.
And the ladies love their daddies.
Also, according to CSEC,
much
which Raul
like,
recently passed through customs, the
much
CSEC
like
office may have more information.
No, Rex no, you just want Rex to be your daddy. There's... fuck's sake.
Oh, there's the Hanar.
Yep.
There's the...
Yeah, we
This
have
recruits
we
is a
have to pay
20 kilo
attention to
Ferris
this.
slug. Feel the weight. Every 5 seconds, the main gun of an
Every
Empress-class
time.
dreadnought accelerates
I did
1
it for the
to
Citadel story, I did it
1.3%
for
of light speed. It impacts with the force of a 38 kiloton bomb.
So,
That is 3
anyway,
times the
I have a
yield
friend
of the
who is a
city
rocket
buster
scientist
dropped on
who
Hiroshima back on
genuinely
Earth.
does not
That
laugh
means
much.
Sir Isaac
This he
Newton
finds
is the
hilarious.
deadliest son of a
Because
bitch in
everything said
space.
was 100%
Now,
accurate.
Serviceman Burnside, what is Newton's first law?
So
Sir,
anyway,
an
while
object in motion
while we're
stays
getting
in
our
motion,
ass
sir.
chewed out for
No credit for partial
someone
answers,
firing
maggot.
when they only
Sir,
had
unless
a
acted on
target
by an outside
acquisition
force,
instead of
sir.
a lock.
Damn straight!
Um,
I dare to assume you ignorant jackasses
yeah,
know
you'll
that
ruin
space
someone's
is
day
empty.
somewhere,
Once
somehow.
you fire this hunk of metal, it keeps going till it hits something.
The
That can be a ship,
Thane's
or the
son,
planet behind that ship. It
his
might go off into
character arc
deep
kind of
space
speaks
and
to
hit
me in a little
somebody else
bit
in
because they're
10,000 years.
family
You pull the
pressure.
trigger
You
on
know,
this,
this
you are ruining
becoming an
someone's
assassin
day,
wasn't a
somewhere
family
and
business,
sometime.
but he
That is why
clearly
you check your damn targets.
like
That is why you wait for the computer to
needed
give you a
to
damn firing solution.
follow in his
That is
father's
why,
footsteps to
serviceman chum,
become
we do not
actualized
eyeball
himself.
it. This is a weapon
And that's
of mass
sort of
destruction.
a
You are not a
it
cowboy shooting
fascinates
from
me
the hip.
because I
Sir,
am
yes, sir.
the fifth generation of my family to go into into working for our business, and that's
think
kind of
Citadel security
yeah,
would
the
be the
pressure
tightest
is
in the
very
galaxy?
real.
And I kind of get it a little bit too, not
I see
at
no
your level,
fewer than 14
obviously,
fatal
but
flaws a
the
skilled
military
assassin
is
could
a
exploit.
Same way.
8 of them existed when I was
we
here
probably
10
have about
years
6 or
ago.
7 generations who've all gone into the military. Now, that being said, only my dad and I made a career out of it. But that is...
My associate's trying to find his
you
son.
get,
We think a
there's
local
there's
criminal may have
point where you
hired him.
think,
It should be
there's-
easy. We
this
don't
is
see
all there
many
is
drow
for it.
here.
This is the only option I have.
Yeah.
And honestly,
There we go.
you know,
One of my men reported a drow recently,
You know,
and he was talking
whether or
to
not that's
Mouse.
true is up for
Interesting.
interpretation.
Well, and to
Petty
a certain
criminal,
extent,
probably
with
not the guy who hired
Thane
your
and
boy,
his
but
son,
messenger. He's a former duck
Well, we'll figure it
trapper.
out.
Runs errands for anyone who'll pay.
his whole thing is that
What sort
for
of trouble is
for
Mouse
him,
been
it's a
getting himself
desperate
into?
hope of maybe
Odd
if I
jobs for shifty
compete
people.
for contracts,
Duck
I'll
rats take
run
whatever's
across my
available
dad.
to get by. Data
And-
running,
and
fencing
now, I hate
stolen
to change
goods,
subjects
selling
slightly.
illegal VI
We have,
personalities.
Captain Bailey here,
Actually, he
who
was
is
selling
played
one of
by
you.
a incomparable sci-fi
Yeah,
actor
when you
who
erased
is
the
Paul
file, it
Hogan.
would say, I delete data like you on the way to real
who,
errors.
was
That's pretty
in
extreme,
very,
Commander.
very good.
Laugh it up,
until the last
Garrus.
episode.
Buggy, though,
Reboot
it crashed
of
every
Battlestar
half
Galactica.
hour. The
I
error
thought it was
message was about how the
It
galaxy
was
was at
fine,
stake and you
but
should
you know
fix the
what?
problem
We deserved
yourself.
more than fine. After such a,
was
they
it you
deserved
called
more
Mouse?
than fine. I
A
should
duck
say.
rat.
Those actors and
It's a local
performers and
slang
whatnot
for the
that
poor
were
kids who
all
grow up in the
deserved.
station. When they're small, they
Because that
tend
was
to
a
play in the
fantastic show.
ventilation
But
ducts
I
where adults
love
can't get
one
to
of the
them.
things I really love in the sci-fi business.
Aren't the ducks dangerous?
Is recycling.
Every couple of months,
recycling of actors.
we pull a little body out of them.
Recycling of
Lacerated by
ideas,
fan blades,
recycling- just being able
broken
to
by
see
a
things,
deadfall,
pick up on things.
suffocated by vacuum
And the
exposure.
fact is that
Those are just
he
the ones we know
genuinely
about.
Is that why
provides
we
a
got
very-
Kevin
More
Sorbo
just
and everything until he got
disappear.
weird?
Everything gets sucked
yeah.
into space.
And
Maybe they
it did,
fall
in
into
fact,
the
get
protein
weird, but I
vats
think,
the
the
keepers run.
experience on
Mouse survived long enough that he can't fit in the ducts anymore.
Because watching
He
that
was
show
one of the
drove me
smarter
crazy.
ones.
But anyways, I think
I've heard enough.
he generally
Mouse
plays
is usually
this
upstairs
kind of,
outside the Dark Star.
this-
He works out of a public
kind
comm
of-
terminal.
that is a
You should
perfect
pick up a
part for
copy
him.
of the Shepherd VI when you talk to him.
If they did a
Sounds
live
like your
action
boy's
of
running
this,
with the wrong crowd.
I would
Yes,
demand it,
I
and I know he's.
If Mouse
he's
can't get you
older
in
than
touch
the
with your
part. I
son
don't
directly,
care.
he'll know. I'll
I
help you.
think
Well,
he's still rocket.
Well, Paul Hogan actually can't anymore because he
We
had
better hurry then.
he had a stroke
Oh, I was unaware of that. That's
and
unfortunate.
had a
You didn't
and,
tell him that Coleman
and
plans
that
to assassinate
like
someone.
he recovered. He's semi-functional
We're gonna
around the
stop
house,
him
but
before
he
that
does
happens,
have
aren't we?
severe aphasia
Yes.
as
we
a
are.
result.
Thank you.
So
Oh, that's too bad. I had not heard that. That's unfortunate. All thoughts out to Paul Hogan to fine young man.
get you 2
He's
cases
like
by
2
the end of the
decades
day.
older than me.
You
I'm
mouse?
thinking of fine young men. But
you-
speaking of fine young men,
Chris.
that's what I was going for. I
well,
was going for
honestly, if it weren't for the fact that he's Canadian, he'd be old enough to run
Commander
for
Shepard?
president.
Indeed.
I thought you died. What do you want with me?
I mean, look,
Be still, Mouse.
look, we're
You
suspending
can
all
change
the
your
other
pants
rules.
in a
Why not
moment.
suspend that one?
How do you know Thane?
Krios.
But
He didn't. If he didn't say
Speaking of
nothing,
young men,
I ain't either.
we have.
When we heard the name,
our
I
good
didn't
friend
think it
here,
could be
Mouse.
the same Mouse. He was a contact on the
who
Citadel
is,
when I was active.
I should correct
He and
myself.
some
It was
other children
Michael
would gather
Hogan, not Paul
information
Hogan.
on my
Paul Hogan
targets.
was Crocodile Dundee.
Oh, okay, good.
But still,
Thank you.
old enough to run for president. He's
Children, the
75.
poor.
Thank you.
My
Oh,
favorite word
you
for
mean
their
he's
kind
old
is
enough to be
drama
elected
far,
president?
ignored.
Not
They're
because
everywhere,
anything.
see everything. Yet they are never seen.
The DNC and RNC are only going to pick people.
You gave another Drell instructions for an assassination.
There's
Who's
now.
the target?
It's unspoken, but it's.
I don't know. I didn't ask.
So
people I work
here we
for?
have. Yep, we're going to do some fisting.
We don't have time for this.
Some footing, actually.
Well, you know, we're Agatha goddamn
Help me,
Fisty. I
Mouse.
hope that there's
My
a Mass
son is
Effect
out
fan
there
out there who's watching it who
dark.
like
why
dreams
I
of what
carried
we're
for
doing
it.
to Mouse right now.
Like
Like
you want me
it
to.
should be me.
Yes, no, I agree. I agree.
Explain.
You know,
He
because
came
I like,
in, said
I
he was
like to see
looking for
people.
work. He had a hollow of me, the only one you
but,
took, Chris. I put the
now-
word out. Use your old contacts.
I
Elias wanted to
poor
hire
Mouse here.
Elias
I
Kellum.
think, you know, he's an urchin.
Mm-hmm.
He's a grown-up urchin. You know.
Well, now he's a grifter.
Now he's a grifter, and I think you know this. There's a bit of the station has a bit of Babylon 5 to it in that it's you don't really see it so much, but
One
it's
other
hinted
thing.
at that there is
That
a
Shepherd
underground.
VI you're selling?
That there is a
Oh, shit, you
there
heard-
are levels on this
you
station
were dead.
that aren't as
It was
clean,
totally legal to
that
make a
aren't
VI
as,
of
you
you.
know, that crime and
Give me a
whatnot
copy
is,
and we'll
is
call it
pretty
even.
rampant
What?
in the lower levels.
I mean, sure.
Yeah, CSEC isn't
absolutely.
there to
Sorry about the whole.
to
Just so you know,
ensure
there's three
peace
bullets
and
who are patching me all the
prosperity.
time.
They're there to make sure that
rich
the-
people
the-
don't get bothered, like
yeah.
cops in general.
Tell me about Kellum.
Human.
But
Moved to the Citadel about 10 years ago. He was little people.
you know,
knew of
I do
Chris.
feel a little bad for Mouse.
He got big after the Geth attack.
But it'll go away.
Lots of the
'cause I
big
don't
guys from
remember
before
things like
got
that.
cacked all in them big fancy apartments up on
I'm
the
not
city.
saying.
Now he runs the rackets on the lower end of
I'm
the
Agatha
ward.
goddamn
Shanna
Fist.
keep it. He's
And when we
seriously
have a
bad
chance to
news.
fist,
we fist.
we fist.
You just saved yourself a world of pain, kid.
Yeah, right.
Now, this is showing
Finds
off one
out
of the
what I've
things that
done,
I
I won't live
actually
long.
have enjoyed about
I can't do anything
the
about it but hide.
armor.
Krios,
In which
got
case,
any
that it's
kindness
getting
for me?
more, it's getting harder
Put a
and harder
bullet in
to
Kellum
tell the
before you
gender
go.
of the people in the armor.
That's one of the reasons why I also switched to the Kestrel plate was so that way we didn't have the defined boobs
That
because
couldn't have
I
been
found
easy.
that distracting
Mouse
because I
knew more
love
about my
boobs.
life
Well,
than
that's
Coleman
that's
ever
understandable.
did.
But I
So
I,
I'd be
Sounds like
commenting
broken
on
teeth
pit
and
armor
scabby
the
knees.
entire time.
Bare
Exactly.
feet black.
So
Dead
I
in the
didn't
future,
do
looking
it
up at me,
to be
worshipping the
politically
petty
correct.
gifts I
I did it
offer.
because we wouldn't be able to have a good show.
Oh no, I mean it
I
would
was
be
the
a
only
show.
good thing he had.
It wouldn't be good.
But I left him.
I
I
mean,
left Goliath.
I
said
talk
you had a
about
hollow
banging
of it.
Krogan all the time.
Yeah.
What I mean,
Yes, but I
Foolish bit of
can't help that.
sentimentality.
it's true.
I can perfectly recall
and I
every
can't
moment
even
I spent
Krogan
with
are
Mouse.
real.
He pulls at my
tears.
arm.
But anyways,
He wants to know that I'll remember him.
here
That
we have
anyone will
another
remember him.
use of
I take the hollow. He smiles at
Solipsism, I
himself
think he
in
called it.
miniature on my
Yeah.
palm. Then a frown crinkles his
Memory
brow.
of
He pats my
using
pockets, checking for other
Mouse and
hollows.
other children
Where's your
like
son,
on the
Krios? He
Citadel
asks.
as well. Call it what it was. Bait.
bait.
Don't blame
or,
yourself.
If I don't, who will?
information,
We must carry
his
the weight
little
of our decision,
birds,
Shepard.
as you would.
Yeah,
For those of you
yeah.
who are Game of Thrones fans.
I know that guy in Game of Thrones was a eunuch, but he still gave off pedo vibes.
Well, it was funny because they establish. I mean, not on a tangent, but they do establish that he was asexual to begin with
Yeah.
before he even got cut. So maybe gives the vibes, but certainly not the actions.
Yes?
But anyways, here we're coming to a situation that.
Can we talk about my associate's son?
You talked to Mouse?
Perfect.
Did you get the name of the guy
Agatha
he's
goddamn
working with?
Fisty.
Elias Kellum.
Because there is
Kellum.
much fisting
Give us the dirty politician.
to be done.
Look, this
Because
is
my
awkward.
gloves are clean.
Kellum and
I
I
want
have
them
an
not to be.
agreement. He doesn't cause too much trouble and buys
I
tickets
think
to
the
the
world would be
CSEC
better
charity ball from
if
me
every once in a while
return.
politicians were
Just get
kidnapped
the-
in the middle of the
ignore 'em.
night
And just get the
dragged
shit
into-
kicked out of
yes, dragged into an
Will you
interrogation
still help
chamber
us?
and just beat
I'll get some of my people to
mercilessly.
bring him in and set him up in a
and
private
then let go
room.
and with
You can
no
interrogate
explanation of
yourself.
why.
I'll stay out of sight.
Just randomly,
If I'm lucky,
so that they
Kellum will
live
believe
in
that I had
constant
nothing to do
fear
with it.
of that action happening to them.
So this month we're doing Mitch McConnell. We are
Bring him in.
doing
We might not
Ted
have much
Cruz. We're doing
I'll make it happen.
Alexandria
Wait here.
Ocasio-Cortez, Elizabeth Warren, and we will be doing Josh Hawley. next month we will be doing Mitch McConnell and Josh Hawley and Corey Bush and
Mitch McConnell and Josh
Kellum.
Hawley are
Tell
on
Bailey
every
we're
month
ready.
program.
Yes.
They require special inspection to make sure that they.
He'll expect me to get him out of this.
know exactly.
Not today, I think.
That the proletariat knows and is
Captain,
watching.
his lawyer's here.
Ben Elias has his VI set to page him if CSEC gets within 10
Hawley.
meters.
For me,
I'll
it's
stall him.
personal. That
Get in
fucker
there and
kept
work
me out of
fast.
Rockhurst.
We should question him together. Keep the pressure
It's a
on.
hard thing sometimes.
Thoughts on how we approach it?
But here we have, and why we're talking about this, and why we're going.
You
on
talk
this
to him.
tangent,
Appeal to
Thane,
his
you be
self-interest.
good cop.
I'll put the screws to him if he needs it.
We're going
Very
to go
well.
and we're
I'll
going
pretend to be on his side. But if we waste too much time negotiating, Bailey
a
won't be as
made man,
strong
if
Kellum's
you will.
advocate.
Yeah.
A space
Get me out of
gangster,
these restraints, Bailey.
who,
Pretty funny bringing me
actually,
down here
if
like
they
this.
did do a live action of this, would
The
be
hell
the
are
most
you
likely
two?
part that I would play as an actor would be the space gangster. Although I think his accent leans a little more Chicago than New York. I think. I think that's kind of where I'm getting Chicago or Kansas City. Could be a Kansas City gangster.
Chicago, you got too much of that Great Lakes coming.
You hired an assassin. We need to know who you want killed.
With
You tell
Kansas
us
City,
you
you've
can
got
go.
you're
I wanna
talking
see my
third generation
advocate.
Irish
Your advocate has
or
arrived.
second generation
We're
Slav.
trying to find him.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not saying a damn word
but,
until he's here.
Definitely.
You two are in way over
Oh,
here.
oh,
Pay
here we go.
attention.
Here we go.
Fist!
Oh,
Oh, wait, no,
That wasn't a
we
good
gotta
idea,
start
kid.
gentle.
Yeah,
Got-
that
we,
is gonna
we gotta
cost
engage in
you.
foreplay
Control
with
your
your
temper.
politicians.
We want him to talk.
But
Sorry.
I
My
also,
associate gets a little
you never
excited
start with the
during
head.
interrogations.
Yeah.
Get me again,
Get
asshole.
all fuzzy.
Every punch is another credit in my
But
pocket.
here we
Works
go.
for me.
Here's another fisting. Oh, that's a good one. There's some. Oh, look.
Yeah,
No,
that,
no,
you
dude,
see,
you
it
gotta
wasn't
get
the
outta
brain
here.
case, it was the jaw.
Keep it up, tough guy.
Exactly. Look,
You'll
his
leave in a
nose is
bag.
bleeding.
Go to hell.
Look at that. We got some blood. Oh. What do the evil
He's
Drell
up.
do with
He's no use
blood?
to us dead. Are we done here?
Nothing.
Because I got
nothing.
people to
That
see.
is a slander. He
But-
told me to let up.
Like the guy
Oh
who's gonna sue
no!
your
I
ass
wanted
for
more
assault.
fisting.
It'll come.
Oh, yes, it will. But anyways.
You think I'm the bad cop and he's the good cop?
God damn it, Josh. Oh,
Bad cops
You're
outside,
the one that
Elias.
hired me.
We'll hear your decision.
That a fact.
We can't
I
let
saw
him
all
in
my
here.
directors. You
If
knew
he,
what you were getting.
I
we have to
did.
make Elias talk.
That's Elias's choice, isn't it?
But it's
Joram Talib.
ultimately
Turian running for office in
in
the
this
secure war.
conversation with him.
He messes with legitimate
It
business.
reveals kind of a truth,
I'm
which
gonna
is
stop it.
you
Where
a
and
lot
when?
of times when you're dealing
His apartment,
with,
the 800 blocks.
politics,
You better hurry.
What's going on here? Get away from my client.
You've
You-
got to
you
understand
played me.
that there's going to be
Thanks for the info, Elias. I'm sure you'll feel
unsavory
better
characters
tomorrow.
involved.
Better than
And
you will,
can't always just
asshole.
put a bullet
When I get my comlink back, I'm
as
gonna...
much as you would like,
Elias,
because
as
I
your
would
legal
definitely not
advocate,
have-
I advise you to
if I had
shut
been
the
given
hell
the
up.
option, I would not
Where were
have
you
that
5 minutes ago?
with him breaking
Held up in traffic.
Yeah, I know. And because I'm a Spectre, I always think about, you'll be useful later.
Which is
What's
the
the story?
smart way of doing
Why'd
things, but
Kellum
I
hire the
often
boy?
don't play video games.
Assassination.
And
A
plus,
Turian
I
named
mean-
Joram Talib. You know him?
Maybe
Joram.
I want to punch him later.
Yeah.
Oh.
You might have seen his posters
Yeah,
around.
I
He's
ne-
promising
you
to
never
end
turn
organized
down an
crime on the
excuse for
ward.
repeat fisting.
Thing is, his message is all mixed up in race
He has such
politics.
a fistable face.
He's anti-human.
So
Things
anyway,
so bad that people can
here's what I
campaign
wonder,
as
because
anti-human.
this guy, this
Before the Battle of
gangster,
the
this
Citadel,
made
the
man was
alien
clearly
population
playing both
thought we
sides.
were
Hired
violent
Koryat
upstarts.
to wax
Look what's
his
happened since
politician.
then.
But how
A
much
human
you want to
fleet
bet that
guarding
he
the
was
station for
also
months. CSEC
funneling
filled with
money
humans.
towards that politician to
Anderson
get his
does what he
message
can,
out
but
there
some
and
people
then
have lived on
to-
the
to,
station since before
kinda
humans
control
had
the narrative.
starships. They see it
sort
as a
of thing.
coup.
That's the sort of thing that people with money do.
Well, you're a person with money, so you would understand that.
If a
I'm not
majority
person
votes
with
for
money.
him, like it or
I'm
not,
usually
that's
the
how the
person that
system
gets hired
works.
to do that sort
That's a
of thing.
nice ideal, Shepard. Sergeant, get a patrol car. These
So
two
now
need
we're
to
going
get
to go
the 800
to
blocks.
the
Yes, sir.
to the actual mission part
Right,
of this,
now-
the actual
now-
gameplay
yeah.
part.
Which, oh,
There
you
he
go
is.
ahead.
How do you
Well,
want to
just
play this?
they
Follow the lead of the
wanted,
maintenance catwalks.
BioWare wanted to
Tell me
do
what
a
he's doing.
thing, a very
The Krogan
particular
bodyguard will
thing.
make
I
him easy
get
to
what they were
follow.
trying to do.
Yes.
Where will you
This
be?
is honestly the most miserable mission
darkest
I
corner with
have.
the best
I
view.
think you can play in this.
Really?
That is, I don't enjoy it.
Okay, that's fine. I
Kira,
don't.
Lord of Hunters,
and I think this
granted
is
my
another
hands be steady,
Dune
my aim be true,
situation.
and my
Like
feet
when
swift.
we did Dune, and
And should
like,
the worst come to pass,
I liked it,
grant me
and you
forgiveness.
didn't, but it was for the exact same reason. I actually don't mind the mission. I actually kind of like it. I think it's a good palate
It's been
cleanser.
wonderful talking with you all.
Throughout
I'm on
thing
him,
of
Thane.
something different.
He's talking
I
to some
do
voters.
think I will say this. I do think
You're in position?
that
It's been wonderful talking with you all. I hope you'll come out on
BioWare
election day.
has a tendency to try things and then forget about them.
And my criticism here is not that they tried.
Yeah.
My criticism is that I don't think that the game as it is built can
Looks like he's
really
talking to another
support
voter.
this in a way that provides good
No.
tension.
I can.
It's been
and
wonderful
I can
talking
hear
with
what
you
you're
all.
saying.
I hope you'll come
like
out
I said,
on
I
election
like
day.
it because it's because of that. It doesn't have tension. Like it doesn't. It's a good palate cleanser. It's a good kind of slow down. It's a good kind of thing. But that being said about it, I feel like they tried to introduce a gameplay style, and then forgot that they did, because this is the only time you see this.
Yep. The only time that's
I've got him.
anything resembling stealth comes into play, and you're about as stealthy as a chainsaw in church.
Well, it's one of the things that always kind of, I was like, you have a stealth ability, but like there are stealth abilities in the game, but they're not like there's no stealth mission to go on with those abilities.
This right here just shows the brazenness of what's his name. We're setting his thug to shake someone down, plain as day.
Yeah, I mean that's not like trouble. I mean, nowadays it might be a little bit different, but back in the day, it was certainly happened all the time.
Not with the guy standing outside the store.
Well, yeah, not with the he would be at home. I mean, he wouldn't go out on these things himself. He'd hire people for that.
Yeah. Oh Lord, I don't kill children. I have people do that for me.
Exactly. And so, but for me,
I think nope, I didn't lose the plot. They're running.
I just feel like it's a good, trying something different, trying something new. But again, and I think that they realized that they are, that it was not, that what they realized.
What they were trying to do wasn't working.
What they were trying to do didn't do what they wanted it to do. And so they never, so it's not anything.
One of his guards is talking to the bartender.
There's not a single.
Looks like a shakedown.
Throughout the rest of the game that is even remotely in this vein. But I also like, for me, I also like the little slice of life that we get walking around the world.
Yeah.
Just seeing.
He's meeting a couple of mercenaries. Looks like the same group his bodyguard comes from. Maybe he saw Kolyat in here somewhere.
Also a possibility. There are instructions ahead. I'll try to go around. Don't lose him.
The very dirty slice.
Yes, sir.
The slice that has the stuff you're allergic to, and you gotta peel it off and hope for the best.
Hey, look, I like the dirty slice. The dirty slice is a great name for a strip club.
Oh, oh shit, we're busted.
Who are you? What are you doing back here?
And I flat missed that
I'm
chance.
with the Citadel Health and Safety. We've had vermin reports in storage
Yeah,
areas
you know,
around here.
it was a literal blink and miss it.
Can't
It's
be
true.
serious.
It's
How
true.
did you
And I
get
can
in here?
understand.
If I didn't have authorization, how did I get in? You see any other doors?
There's the keeper.
No,
But
we're
never
just
mind.
gonna we're
Just
we're
go
just
on
gonna
through,
justify
okay?
that
Thanks.
as being so
Yeah,
caught
yeah,
off
just don't
guard
let my
that we
boss-
didn't even think fist.
It's true. It's true. So yeah, here we go.
I'm just standing here minding my own business. Don't worry, I'm gonna go and shoot you here in a bit. Which just shows how much of a piss poor bodyguard that Krogan was.
Kolyat!
Well, it's interesting that Krogan get used as they are. I mean,
Thane,
warriors.
When they're not
Heading
player
to the lead
characters, they can be
department.
shot down in with one bullet.
Yeah, Bodyguards are not always the talent it takes to be a bodyguard is different than the talent it takes to be a good warrior.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the thing that I'm going on. So here we have a dilemma.
Goliath.
We've got a Mexican standoff.
This is a
Bitch!
joke.
No, there ain't nothing Mexican
Now you
about
show
this.
No, we have a Drell.
Help me, Drell. I'll do whatever you want. C-Sec. Put the gun down, son.
Get out of my way. I'm walking out. He's coming with me.
Does anyone who actually says that, do they think it'll work? Or is
They'll have
it just
snipers outside.
desperation and
I
bad
don't need
movies?
your help.
I think it's
Boink! What are you doing? Ooh, there's the fisting.
Tell you to get the hell out of here.
When in doubt,
Fist.
Yeah, I will.
I was this close to, I
Take the
I
boy
don't want
into
to say it was a
custody.
snap decision, but
You
you
son of a
can
bitch.
shoot the politician yourself.
Your father doesn't have much time
and
left,
because you
Goliath.
expect her to get away with
He's
it.
trying to make up for his
And
mistakes.
because he's hated
What?
for his
So you
anti-human
came to get
things,
my
Bailey would
forgiveness?
let you get away with
So
it
you
even
could
if you
die
don't
in
get your
peace or
Spectre
something?
status. So
I came to grant you
it
peace.
just
yeah, no.
I was so tempted to, but no,
You're
no,
angry because I wasn't there when your mother died.
it's not
You weren't
necessary.
there when she was
bloodshed.
alive. Why
And
shouldn't you
plus,
be there when
I
she
wouldn't have gotten a
died?
chance to fist anyone.
Fisting is what we do.
We're Agatha
mother.
goddamn fisty.
They killed her
Fisting
to
is
get to me.
We
It was
are.
my fault.
What?
After her body was given to the deep,
But now
I
we
went to
have,
find them. The triggermen, the
going through
ringleaders.
the galaxy solving.
Son,
issues.
after your
Eventually
mom
killed
died,
them.
I
When I went back to
started
see you,
cleaning
you
the
were
house.
Yeah.
older.
I flew into a rage.
should have
I only
stayed with you.
recently just
guess
kind of
it's
like
too bad
calmed
for me.
down.
I think it
It's
would be
so hard,
fantastic
huh?
to see a John Wick style movie, but with
Thane.
Goliath,
I
I've
think
taken
that
many
would be
bad
fantastic.
things out of the world.
I'd pay to see that.
You're the only good thing I ever added to
Would
it.
it certainly
Awesome.
would have been better in Paragon
This
Lost.
isn't a conversation you should have in front of strangers.
Hey, Paragon Lost wasn't
Take
bad,
Goliath
but
and
it
his father
wasn't
back to the
good.
precinct.
No.
Give them a room and as much time as they need.
But I appreciate.
I'm surprised you're letting him do that.
Saving the kid.
You think he's the only man who ever
I do-
screwed up
I do
raising a
appreciate
son?
that he saved the
I have to get back to the precinct. Come on, I'll give you a
The
lift.
thing that I like about Bailey is that he is a man who clearly has some demons he hasn't killed as well. In Lair of the Shadow Broker, if we flipped through the files, we would see him like drinking while staring at some letters.
They've been in there a while.
They've been in there
Kid's
for
been
a
through a
while.
lot.
I haven't
I ran
fisted
some
anyone
searches
in
in the
minutes.
CSEC archive. About 10 years back, a
Nerd.
bunch of real bad
Bailey, you
people
better
were
find me
killed.
somebody to fist, or
Like
else
someone
you're
was
on my
cleaning
list.
house.
Quick, someone find me
The
a
prime
Krogan.
suspect was
Ah!
You never caught him.
Hot damn!
Someone like that is
It's
trouble
a
you
Saturday
don't wanna
night.
deal with.
We're going home.
Someone's got to deal with it.
Saturday,
Doesn't have to be
Saturday,
me.
Saturday, 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 Saturday.
Hey, we're not going to finish that because we don't want to get sued.
Well, we couldn't be because one, what money, and then two, we're singing the song, not Elton
Our
John.
problems
It's true, and it's a parody.
They aren't something I can
Because we're
fix
doing
with a few words. We'll keep talking, see what happens.
Unlike
Your
my
boy
love for
shot some
Krogan,
people.
which is true.
No one I feel sympathy for, but
Creepy.
there it is.
and is super creepy. I want to make Krogan uncomfortable. That's what I want to do.
I watch those guys shaking down businesses and threatening humans.
But he can't just get
But
away with it.
so here
Kid
we
wants
are.
to make a difference. Give him community service.
And,
Community service for attempted murder?
Community
What jail would agree to
service.
None that I've
Now
seen.
serve our
This would need to
community
stay out of
and
the judiciary,
kill some
strictly within
Turians.
CSEC.
I mean, he only killed a Krogan.
Interesting, I'll think about it.
Honestly.
No one cares about
Thank you,
Krogan.
Captain.
They're Krogan aren't people.
I
They're
don't
sex
care.
objects.
Exactly. Exactly.
So anyway,
need
this
something.
story is over, and we got to talk
Have a
about
few minutes
something
to
that
talk?
I think is
Very well.
that we haven't touched
I
on
am-
that I think is very,
I
very
had been recording a
interesting.
message for Goliath.
How are things going
Thane,
with him?
It is
if
difficult.
you play as a female
All things
shepherd
worth keeping are.
and
I
you
never
keep
explained.
talking to him, Thane
I
develops
suppose the
feelings
story of
for
my wife's
you,
death
whether
took you by
you
surprise.
pursue a romance for him or not.
Indeed.
He will refer to you as Sia,
I
and
figured
if
you'd
you're not
explain to me
pursuing
when
him
you
and
were
you ask
ready.
him what that
I
means,
appreciate your
he'll
patience.
just do the "I'll tell
I
you
kept my
later"
work clear
thing.
my whole life.
But then you find
assumed
out
that would be
it's
enough to
the
protect you,
the
Rebecca.
person I am.
Memory
It's
animation.
their word for person I am bonded
Trembles on
to.
a target's skull. The smell of spice on a spring wind.
So it's
Eyes defiant in scope.
definitely being coy on that, and that fascinates
how
me
I met
because
her.
it is. First
saw my
off,
targeting laser as she
it can
walked
be a
by and
very.
threw herself in the way.
It's a very mature thing to
So how'd you go
confront
from blocking your shot to having your
someone
children?
being
had to meet
enamored
her.
with someone
And then when
who
possessed and
doesn't
endowed me,
reciprocate,
I fell
but
on my
also
knees
being
before
okay
her,
with that.
begged her
Yeah.
pardon.
Yeah,
She
handling
introduced
it
me to the
well.
world beyond my work.
Too often,
Eventually, she
yeah,
forgave me.
they're too often in
Later,
popular
she
culture.
loved me.
You see
I guess she
the
impressed
well,
you.
I have to win
She
her
woke me
heart
up.
sort of situation,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
when that goes tits up, it's calling them a fucking whore or something.
It's going straight inside.
You and I trained to
Yeah.
sacrifice
Yeah,
ourselves
and
to
it's just
save
like
others.
you know, maybe
How
it's
often does a
because
civilian step in the
Thane
way of a bullet
is
to protect
like
someone
Thane
they never
is
met?
already
I thought she was the goddess
older
Urashu.
than Thane's in his 40s,
She
I
met my
think,
eyes through the
maybe
scope.
early 50s.
I
And
was
Drell have a
14.
lifespan of about 80 years old anyway.
When you
Yeah,
talked to
I'm not
Kolyak, you said
entirely
she
certain
died.
about that, but he
I let
definitely
myself
comes
become
across as a
complacent.
character who is much more mature.
thought Erica
And I think
Kolyak was
because
safe.
he is
I stayed
more
away
mature,
too long,
and because he
and
is
my enemies
a
came for her.
and because he views the world
Who came for her?
not
Letarians,
in
a slave ring that was preying on Hanar outer colonies.
kind of way.
I'd killed their
in a way
leaders.
that I must
They
win
paid
what
the
I
shadow
want.
broker
I
to
must
find out
have
who I
what
was.
want.
They were
I
afraid
must,
of me.
you know, he's
So they
not
went after her.
that kind of
You
a
told
person.
Kolyak that you
And
hunted her
so
killers down.
I find
Erica woke me up.
that kind of refreshing.
When she passed, I returned to my
You know,
battle sleep.
He's not
My
trying
body
to
hunted her killers.
He's not trying to
murdered
woo
them.
you
I was taught to
in
grant
a
death quickly, cleanly, to minimize suffering.
adolescent way
Them.
that so many often.
Yeah, it's very. It is a very, you know, this is where I
You were
am
operating on
at.
instinct. By your own rules,
But
you can't blame
and
yourself.
frankly,
the choice to
when you're
hunt
in a
them.
position where you are not
The only
pursuing a
lives I've
romance
ever
with
taken of my
Thane,
own choice.
he checks himself,
The only deaths of
realizes
my own
that you're
conscience.
going somewhere
I haven't
else, and
spoken
it's
about my
kind of
life
not his place.
I don't think I
So
ever have.
just
Yeah.
reels it back.
To tell it
Yeah.
That's it's refreshing.
You're talking to your son
like that.
again.
I think that's
you know, the only
Don't
reason
lose sight
why
of
we
that by
don't is
dwelling on
because
should
we've
have
got
beens.
Liara and we've got our
You're correct,
yeoman.
of course.
So,
Thank you for
and that
listening,
is
Sci-Fi.
I
that's
think
what's
my translator just
hey,
glitched.
look, I have never
Welcome.
romanced these
Siha.
in any
Something
of my
I tell you what it
playthroughs. I
means.
never.
Oh, you're in for a treat.
When
we complete the main story, you're going to be in for a treat.
indeed.
So,
Indeed. But here we are. We have completed our mission with Thane.
Yep. Thane is a good character. He's an interesting character. He just
He's
yeah, you know, it's just not a good gameplay character, you know.
Right.
Do you need something?
Definitely.
So,
Absolutely.
Of course, Shepard. Join me.
I think this is
I've
the
been thinking
point that I
about
was
you.
talking about.
And I you. Will you hear my confession, Shepard?
Well, you hear
I
my
wouldn't talk to you
confession.
if I didn't want to hear what you have to say.
When I married Erica,
So, oh,
the Hanar let me leave their service
yeah,
to
just
raise a
episodes.
family. But I had no other skills,
Priest,
so I freelanced.
hear your confession.
When Erica was killed, I pursued
I have seen
the
you have done much
responsible.
fisting in
Once
your
I
day.
eliminated them, I had no
I
goal.
believe that we can.
I accepted the
Fist
Dante's
together.
commission because I didn't know what
all
else
right,
to do.
30 rounds of self-flagellation, and then we'll talk. Anyway,
Not the
so
healthiest attitude
yeah,
to take on a
Thane
mission.
is
You're right, it's not.
he's
Looking
one of my
back
favorite
now,
characters,
it's
just
clear
not
I
one of my
resigned myself
favorite
to
people to
death.
bring out.
I would have
Right,
fulfilled
exactly.
my contract.
So,
If Nasana's
anyway,
guards caught me afterwards,
but that is all
I would
about
have been
that.
put
We
to
are
death.
going to
But someone
let
else was
this
pushing to reach the target,
continue
forcing
along,
me
and
to
then
move faster, challenging
next
me.
time we will
I had to reach her
be
first.
talking about I think
I had no
Miranda
idea
is
you'd
next.
want
Miranda,
dying
yeah,
there.
Miranda.
So,
It wasn't a plan. My
Well, we
body
sing
had
you kids.
accepted its death.
Deuces.
My mind had been dead a long time. Your mission gave me purpose, a cause to die for, a chance to atone. I was able to speak to my son again. I can leave my body in peace.
We got a long way to go before you can rest.
I know. I'm prepared for whatever comes.